Alright guys, so I just wanted to do a video on this new Control GUI, so let's just go over how to use this. So now, first of all, you can find this truck under the MISC section in the tow truck spawner, and then just one quick mention for it is basically these. You can click them and they go on their nighttime, like underglow basically, so just something cool to mention. But anyways, to this GUI. So basically, as you can see, this is the boom and underlift controls here. So like if we switch the control group, you can notice the bottom four change. The lower and extender, basically both of them have those functions. So, but anyways, you have an actual like click button for every single function. So that's something that we've kind of been lacking, with the current GUI setup. And so, obviously you can click and hold these. You can see that those letters that come up when you hover over these, that is the actual keybind. So, as you can see, you can go do this with keybinds. Can click and hold these, or you can just take your right click, your right mouse button, you can just click on these and let them do their thing. So, and you don't have to right click again to stop that. You can actually just right click, and then when it gets where you want, you just left click, because if you can right click it, but half the time it feels like right clicking is more effort. So I just left click. But anyways, there's that. And then so proportional control, so we went over the right click to toggle. It works on everything. So like on the outriggers, when you're doing the functions, right click toggles it. On the winches, right click toggles the in and out. So there you go. So got the right click out of the way. Proportional control, basically, I have it written down here, but your scroll wheel, you're going to want like an actual mouse for this. Now, you'll have to Google on a trackpad how to do it, but basically, middle mouse button, or on the scroll wheel, you push down on it. It's an actual button. A lot of people don't know that. But when you push down on it, this little percentage will come up, and then your scrolling up and down will actually adjust the percentage. So basically, whatever your percentage is at, that is how fast whatever function you're using is. So like right now, I'll turn it off real quick, and then you can see like there's the normal speed. Here's the percentage. We're at 30%. We can slow this all the way down. Here's 10%. It's like, if you need to be like really precise with something, you can get it down there real low and do what you got to do. So that's proportional control. The proportional control, like as you can see, here's these. Like I said before, you can right click. So there you go. Anyways, but now we'll turn on 10% because you can see how fast those outriggers were just moving. So that's 10%. Go up to 38%. So you get the idea. You can take control of any function you want, make it go whatever speed you want. And then the last thing pretty much is this will be on pretty much all the trucks. Now the ones with this like Raptor station, it'll basically only be two trucks. But the ones with this Raptor station, I don't really think I'm gonna go through and do all the little functions on these just because there's just not enough room. But anyways, basically as you can see, like when I hover over this like joystick section, these change, and that's basically the same thing as clicking these, of course. Like it's no different, but it's just a physical part on the truck is linked to those, you know, actions. So of course, like you have to be hovering over it to use this. And of course, when you drag off, it's done. There's no, you know, it stops the function when you drag off of this. But yeah, that'll just be like one other way to control the truck. So when you have a truck like this spawned in, like these will these will be like for the outriggers, and then there'll be like levers for each winch, levers for each function. You get the idea. So yeah, it should be pretty cool to have some lever controls come back in, and the control test trucks that I made. I know a lot of people like those, but I just don't think like that system for levers. I just don't think it's gonna hold up over time. So this is just kind of a way to, bring it back, but it be something that's sustainable, basically. So, just kind of a quick mention on that. But anyways, and then of course you can toggle the tow bars. Like if you want to chain tow something, like hook, two chains, one on each side of the crossbar, and then hook to the front bumper of something. You can unlock the pivot so it's a little easier to turn. And then, of course, the idle up is on the GUI, so it's all good in the hood. But yeah, as you can see, idled up, these things move very quickly. So yeah. But anyways, that's basically it. I mean, it's not much more to show here, but yeah, it's nice to use. It makes the truck just a lot easier to deal with. That's all I gotta say. Like the current GUIs that are in the trucks are just, I don't know, they're overcomplicated. I haven't liked them for a good while. I've been wanting to change the controls. Like I've been telling multiple people that I want just a better GUI, and I don't know. I just the other day I was like, you know what? What I used to do with my trucks was literally a GUI like this. It was actually really similar. And it was just like, it clicked. I was like, okay, maybe that is just the way to go. You get the idea. But, anyways, this will be. Oh, yeah, and then here's your free spools. So you have the free spool right in the GUI. And that's actually the last functions, I guess. So, yeah. Um, that is it.